Wow, go on YouTube. What's good, guys? So today I want to talk about a very important topic per se, as in a lot of people have been commenting about this topic and asking questions, And the topic is smoking weed on semen retention, you know. Um, so this is it. Uh, I'm just going to put it this way, straight and simple. Um, Whatever is good for Peter might not be good for Paul, and whatever is good for Paul might not be good for Peter. So in saying this, what I'm trying to say is everybody has the way they are going to react to smoking on this journey. There's never in life, one thing I've understood in life is that there's never a right or wrong way. It's all about how you choose to perceive whatever occurs, or whatever it is that you are going through. So yes, personally for me, it's been helpful per se, because this is it. Once you start this semen retention journey, you are going to notice that you're always looking for a means to escape yourself, because like I said in my previous video, back then when you used to release a lot, it was just a way, it was a method, it was a coping mechanism for you, to be able to escape the pressure of life, to be able to escape the sorrows of life, so that's why you used to release back then. That was why you used to engage in so many activities that were detrimental to your health psychologically and physically. So yes, now that you are no longer releasing, now that you've decided that I want a better life for myself, I want to become a better man, just like I think Osho said, there is no coming to consciousness without pain. So you're going to notice that now that you're no longer releasing your seed, now that you've decided that you want to grow as a person, as an individual, as a man, you're going to notice that there's a built-up pressure in you, and at first, why I'm saying this is because at first it's going to be when you begin retaining, your first few streaks, you are going to feel this, how do I say it, man? This unusual sensation of just anger and frustration and resentment, that you have no idea where it's coming from. So what I used to do back then was, since I was no longer escaping myself from releasing, from releasing my semen once in a while, not once in a while, man, that was frequent, man. I used to do this shit like 3 times in a day, man, 4 times in a day, bro. I was so lethargic. I was so back to my, once you are no longer releasing, now you are storing the pressure in yourself. You are cooking yourself per se. You are allowing this energy in you to be built up, and definitely it's going to look for a way to go out. That's why we always seek to have sex with women constantly, because this energy is a very powerful one, and it's always wanting to go out. So now that you are no longer releasing, you are going to find out that you are going to look for other means of coping, be it distracting yourself with being in a large group of people, not so large per se, because on this journey you also become very sensitive to people's energy. So you might not want to be in large groups, but in a group of 4 or 5 people, you would want to just be there so you hear them talk and distract yourself, so you are no longer facing your own thoughts and your own feelings. Another way people do this is by smoking. One thing about smoking is that it helps you escape reality for a while, for some time, for like those few hours where you are not so conscious of you are conscious, but you are not so into what is going on. You are more on a observer's kind of state of being. You are no longer in this active driver state of being. You're more in the observer, you're more in the passenger seat now, and everything is just happening. So you're going to notice that you try to smoke to numb the feeling of this anger, this resentment, this pain you feel, because you're no longer using releasing as a substitute for your coping mechanism. You're no longer trying to release so that you can be able to cope with life, you know. You can be able to cope with sorrows. Like, you know, usually whenever you go through some difficult thing in life, you just run into the room and you go and release one, and then you feel that temporary relief, you know, that temporary okayness, you know. And it's just an illusion, because the anybody who is if you ask all these heroin or these cocaine addicts, you know, they will tell you that the high is very high, but the lows can be very low, you know. So after release, you are going to feel that high for a minute or two, you know, and then you're back into this shameful, this regretful state of being, you know, this guilt state of being. You're back into this state of being where you wish you never even did it in the first place. So that's what you are going to notice after you come down from the high, you know. It's going to make you feel like you should have never done it in the first place, but trust me, man, you need it. At some point, if you're a smoker, you know, if you've been smoking even before retention, you need it, because I would say it's better for you to smoke than to release, you know, because with smoking, although they all have both greater side effects, like with smoking, you're going to notice that you are much more lazier and more complacent in the things you have to do in your daily day, you know. After you smoke, you become much more how do I say, man, relaxed per se, you know. You are no longer so eager or ambitious to go after the things that you really want to go to, because what it does is that it makes you feel like you've accomplished a lot in a day. So therefore I don't think I need to get up to do a lot anymore, you know. But on the other hand, a positive side of smoking is that it brings you in tune with yourself, you know. Plus your energy on semen retention, how do I say it, man? It just increases your sensitivity to a lot. You become way open. Your senses become way open to a lot, you know. If any of you have ever been on acid or mushrooms, especially mushrooms, you know how that feeling is of the boundary between you and others being taken away. That's called the ego death, you know. Yes, smoking on this journey is going to make you much more susceptible to sensing energies, you know, to feeling things. You become way more how do I say, man? I don't want to use the word emotional, but you become way more sensitive. You become way more apprehensive to things that are happening in your environment, you know. You're able to pick up on people's emotion faster, you know. Yes, also some people learn better when they are high, you know. They remember better when they are high. That's also another good side effect of smoking on this journey, I won't lie. But the only negative side effect I know is that of you being complacent with your goals, you know. You become way more relaxed, and that's if you do it frequently, you know. What the smoking I'm talking about here is not you doing it every day, you know. That's a whole different topic on its own. I mean, maybe on weekends or 4 days break interval, you know, something like that, man. You're able to do that, and that shows that you have self-control, you know. That shows that it's not really taking over you. It's more like a way, it's another coping mechanism for you to just go through what you're going through. And trust me, after some point, when you've gone on a very maybe long streak on this journey, you're going to notice that you just stop all your addictions at once, man. Like cold, like just at once, man. Like there's no because that's what semen retention does for you in the first place. I told you guys before, this is the highest of all practices. So if you're able to overcome that, your sexual energy, if you're able to overcome the lust, you know, you're able to overcome any other thing easily, man. So let's say once you've gone like 120 days, 100 days on this journey, you're going to notice that no addiction has power over you again, you know. Be it smoking, be it drinking, be it chasing women, be it gossiping, be it wasting money, any of those things, you can stop it immediately, you know. So yes, for me, I would say it's a good thing to smoke. on this journey, because but I mean from time to time, because it's really going to help you, but after some time you are going to notice that that's no longer what you need. What I'm talking about here, like it's helping you, is that phase where you are looking for an external release, an external way of easing this pain and easing this frustration you feel within, because you just started this journey newly, and instead of releasing, I would rather you smoke, man, trust me. Yeah, so instead of releasing, you chose to smoke a bit, just to calm down and just feel the moment, instead of releasing one to feel that same feeling. No, I would rather you smoke, because one thing you're going to notice is, if you release, you're basically just going back and repeating the same cycle, and then you're going to find out that you want to keep releasing, because look, life is full of pressure and circumstances that are not favorable to you, man. So you're not going to tell me that every minute that you feel so uncomfortable, you go and release. Nah, that's not how it's supposed to be, man. But with smoking, on the other hand, you can from time to time, use it as a means of relaxation, as a means of escaping reality for a moment, man. I mean, there's really nothing wrong in doing that. All I'm saying is just have control over yourself in anything you choose to do, because that's where the line is drawn between somebody who is a healthy user and somebody who has become addicted. Is that thin line of self-control. And trust me, it's not going to be a problem for you, because you're already on semen retention, and for you to be able to get on semen retention in the first place, it requires a lot of self-discipline, a lot of self-control. So I don't think that's going to be a problem with you quitting. Look, the time for you to quit, when it comes, you are going to know. You are just going to know that this stuff is no longer beneficial to me. Now it's time for me to focus on another thing, other things that are going to bring more meaning into my life. Trust me, smoking on retention is a good thing from my perspective, because it helps you, instead of you doing other stuffs, man, instead of you engaging in so many crazy stuffs or drinking a lot, or rather just smoke a blunt, man. I've never seen where a blunt hurt somebody before. Smoke one, ease yourself, but just know one thing, that your levels of productivity is going to be reduced, and what else, you're not going to be as eager to go out there and get what you want anymore, because what weed does is makes you in this relaxed state. It puts you in this very relaxed state that you feel like there's no other thing that is supposed to be done. Yeah, but if you have enough control, if you have enough control over yourself to still smoke and get up and do shit, kudos to you, man. Yeah, super to you. Big ups to you as well. So yes, I just wanted to let you guys know, because a lot of people have been talking about it, and I've been seeing it a lot on YouTube as well. So I felt like I would give my own 2 cents about it. So yes, that is it for me. And if you are new to this channel, please subscribe and share this video as well. I'm noticing that there are some few women coming into my, how do I say it, that have found my video, and that's quite surprising, because I would never think that women were into this sphere of YouTube per se, because I thought it was just men. But I'm seeing some women who are coming into my space of how do I say it, man? Yeah, you get what I mean. But yeah, see you guys when I see you in my next video, man. Ciao.